Stephen A. Smith, he talks about this all the time. He knows all the players watching him, right?
Yeah.
He knows he's blockbuster.
Yeah.
He's been warning the players on air the last 2.5 years, the owners are coming for you.
Yeah,
you guys took it too far.
Yeah.
Think about who the owners of all these teams are. They're all very successful business people.
Yeah, they're not going to
let you walk over them for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I'm literally one of the last like diehard NBA fans, and I'm disgusted with the product.
Yeah, and it shows in the viewership. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
NBA viewership
You
is
could turn on like a primetime game and you want to see whatever star. Oh, he's not playing. Load management.
Yeah, load management. I should use that as an excuse.
When you get $60 million a year to do something,
you got to burn out.
Yes.
We want to see you burn the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's
every
it.
CEO, they're working 24 hours a day.
And then they burn out.
They quit.
They quit. They go, I got to be time with my family.
Yeah,
that's it. They worked their ass off to get to this point. Might as well have like a 7-year run where you just outperform everybody. You make $400 million and you disappear.
Yeah,
and you're 30.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat, #1 podcast in the world. Shout out to everyone in the Discord. It is popping. It's like I didn't look for like 12 hours and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of topics,
And
a lot of
people are getting real value, not from us, from each other.
Yeah.
Definitely. I see it.
Yeah. Like people are, there's recruiters in there. Someone at the Run Club was like, talking about, hey, I really want to get a job at this. And I was like, are you a member? And I was like, I can help you get a job, but you got to be a member. Sorry.
Good recruiting.
I'm not going to help you. It's for members. It's a member's privilege. There's 3 recruiters in the chat looking to hire people. So if you are looking for a job, hit the Discord. We should get the member hat up and running this week. We had some technical issues with that. So that'll be up. So look out for that. And then we lead off with a power lunch between 2 studio members.
Yep.
Very interesting. You will be shocked to hear how expensive this lunch is.
Yeah.
And then we talk Disney, we talk inflation, we talk the Richcession, AI. We think it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Had a nice little run. And so much more. Let's get into it. All right, everyone. We are back with another episode of Group Chat. Anand wanted to kick it off with some banter.
Big banter.
Like we like to talk about it. What's the banter?
So Ari lost a bet on one of the Sunday Night episodes. Something I said. I said I didn't say it. And we bet lunch at the Ivy.
Okay, let's give some context for the Ivy. For those that don't know, Ivy is a restaurant on Robertson in West Hollywood. It's very famously known for paparazzi. Like, you only eat there if you want to be seen. It was more like that 10 years ago when that street was popping, when Kitson and Lisa Klein and, the newsroom. It was like a very famous LA street where, it was like peak Paris Hilton. I feel like that was Robertson.
It's like when TMZ kicked off, that's the
where
Ivy.
they lived.
Yeah.
And specifically, the Ivy was the spot to have lunch at. In my opinion, the Ivy is mediocre food at best and extremely overpriced. I haven't been there in 5 years. Am I still accurate with that?
So I hadn't been there in 15 years.
Okay.
And it's a very expansive menu. I think the prices are offensive.
Offensive.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to ask you what the bill was, but first we'll go through the purpose of the lunch.
Yeah, the purpose of lunch. Ari has been, politely trying to pay his bet the last couple months. And we couldn't get something on the books. And then Friday, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we get to the Ivy, 12:45, slammed.
Did you have a res?
Yeah, he had a res.
Okay.
Completely slammed.
Hot time to get a lunch res.
And he's got 2 martinis on the table for us
Wow.
when we walk in.
Extra dirty?
Cucumber martini. I don't know how he ordered it. And
cucumber.
So then, we are having lunch, a lot of conversation. And, for context, like Dee said, this is a lunch where rich people go.
Who don't work.
Yes.
So you make sense being there.
No. And Ari's our resident AOC, Elizabeth Warren.
It's the ladies of leisure. It's like the power women of LA.
And it's interesting that Ari, that's his go-to spot as our resident socialist.
Yep.
It's, amongst the elites.
Yes.
It's only elites, international elites, very international.
Really?
You walk through, it's like a lot of different languages and whatnot.
China.
No, but the Grove is different.
Yeah. You feel it? Yeah.
The travel ban's opened.
Yes. I have a good story about that too, but continue.
So, we have a great lunch. Ari wanted to talk about my life history. We talked about that. Talked about Ari's
like what? Like your SAT scores and shit?
Yeah, we got that.
Literally, we talked about his SAT scores.
Oh my God.
We talked about his career goals, his aspirations.
Anything good there?
Yeah, I mean, Ari thinks he wants to go to college, and I'm like, why? He's been an entrepreneur for 4 years.
What are you, Van Wilder? Look how old you are. You can't go to college. College is over for you.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, you've already figured out your path.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
If you're a college student, I'm cutting your fucking pay too. I don't pay students as much.
And he's talking about getting a law degree. I was like, what's the point of having a law degree?
Yeah.
You're in media.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So
media lawyer?
That's
like 10 years away.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, you are not even in a undergraduate university, plus law school, plus bar.
Yeah.
So I told him, you're not going
while
to college.
He's at the Ivy and contemplating this.
So
this is comical.
Yeah, so we had a great lunch. I'll tell you exactly what I had. We had squash blossoms.
Love those.
I had a Cobb salad.
Okay.
Ari, he eats well. This guy eats well.
What, do you have a steak?
For the socialist. No, he had what was your
salmon plate?
Salmon plate.
Side of mash.
$75. That dish?
It was like a $50 dish.
Okay.
And then we had spinach, sauteed spinach.
Nice.
And then he ordered cookies to go.
Cookies to go.
By the way, that is a hot cookie.
Yeah.
So ironically, it's a hot gift to give people because I've given that gift to people.
Yeah.
That's
I've
what I
never
did.
actually eaten those cookies, but I heard from other rich people that like, hey, giving Ivy chocolate chip cookies is the move.
Yeah.
So I've given that gift to a lot of people.
That's
Because
exactly
it's a
what I
pain to
did.
go there. No one actually wants to go there just to get cookies.
Right.
So we've picked up cookies there to give people.
A lot of kids, interestingly enough.
Foreign or American?
Both. Like there was a lot of high chairs, strollers.
Oh, that I thought you meant like 14-year-olds having lunch.
12-month-olds.
Okay. I thought it was like 14-year-olds just like with their daddy's credit card.
No. But yeah, we had a great time. We hung out for like 2 hours.
How much was the bill?
The bill was
300?
yes, exactly.
With tax and tip?
No, plus tip.
Plus, so you're out $400.
And I was supposed to pay. Anand ended up covering it. It was very kind. So
I mean,
I still owe him on this bet.
I couldn't do it. I knew how much the bill was going to be.
Yeah.
So I did the bathroom trick where I gave the guy the card so we didn't have the drama.
This guy's having a $400 fucking lunch. I don't think I've ever had a $400 lunch.
I mean, it was pretty good. How many rounds of drinks did we end up doing? 3 or 4?
Not 4, definitely not.
It was 3. Great.
I mean,
This guy wants to go to law school. He wants to have 3 drinks at the Ivy on a Friday. You'll never drink again if you go to law school.
no, it was just fascinating to see Ari so comfortable amongst the elites.
Yeah, obviously.
He's one of the elites.
He's a sellout.
Yeah.
That's fine. There's like this.
No, it all happens once you experience it. You're like, why wouldn't I want to live like this?
Yeah, and
he made a comment even. He's like, I just want to be at a point in my life where I can do this every night.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to fucking kill people to get that.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I couldn't in my conscience like let him pay for that pill.
I would have happily. This guy wants to have a $400 lunch.
yeah,
then you're
no,
paying.
I knew what I was getting into.
But no, so he has to take Javier and Jordan out, who he fired from the podcast.
Yeah.
That's the severance package. He's
Where's
taking
he
him to Ivy.
Hey, is he?
March 1st dinner.
Wow.
But I put a cap on that budget.
No, I told them they need to go nuts since I picked up the bill.
Yeah.
Steak, lobster, caviar.
Those guys are going to be so nervous when they see that menu. They might not order a damn thing.
Dude, everything there's so expensive.
Well, I mean, going out to eat. I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day where he was at a restaurant. He's like, oh my God, it was so expensive. And he's rich, like really rich. And he was like, man, and I saw him at dinner. And he's like, isn't it really expensive? I was like, yeah, it is expensive. And I said, to be fair, I don't go to too many restaurants. So I don't know what it is like in like Craig's or all these other restaurants around town. And he's like, you know what? It's all the same. Everything's expensive.
Do you know what's crazy is I just realized our bill was that much and they asked us to move to one table next to us because a four top wanted to come and they comped a round of drinks.
For you guys.
And it was still that much.
Yeah. Maybe that's the move. Just try to get moved around and get a couple free
They
drinks.
brought out a cake for like as if it was my birthday, like
Yeah.
with fireworks because we moved. So we had free dessert, free round.
And this guy still ordered cookies? What a pig.
They were a gift. They were a gift.
So,
What's the gift for?
I don't know. Ask him.
Well, that's fascinating because then the first story is really interesting. So, Wall Street Journal top topic, this is something we've been talking about for a while, that this is not a recession. Now it is coined a Richcession. And this is affecting kind of the top end earners in the economy. And I think what's interesting about it is it's basically affecting upper class Americans who have like high paying corporate job, because it's not really affecting the real rich, like
No.
wealthy people. There's no impact because, I mean, go look on Instagram and follow a rich person. Everyone's still skiing.
People love skiing.
Yeah, people are skiing their dicks off right now. I'm just like, someone called me the other day, goes, where are you skiing this season? I'm like, nowhere.
It's pretty amazing
In the
how it's like
bathtub
just
with my
an
kid.
exclusive, like exclusively rich sport.
What? No, I don't think so.
What do you mean?
You know, I mean, you could ski. We skied growing up.
No, I
skied
know,
in
but I'm
high
saying-
school. We didn't have
Well, at
money.
least my Instagram feed, everyone who's skiing is really, really rich.
Yeah, because they're like in the Alps in Switzerland. That's very different. But like, I think what's interesting with this Recession thing that's happening, which is what we've been saying, that it's really only affecting a certain
It's the $500K to $1 million earners.
Yeah,
That's who's getting hacked
yeah,
at every company.
yeah. Because it's really hard to justify the salaries of those people right now, especially when you're quickly learning that like you kind of don't need them. You know, I went on my tirade on DocuSign last week, but when you start thinking about like, let's take tech corporate America, forget like pharmaceuticals, CPG. I feel like those people kind of still have to work a little hard. Tech corporate America, senior management. You're not the C-suite. You're an SVP of like enterprise cloud sales.
Yep.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. But the thing is, this Recession that they're talking about, in the grand scheme of things, it's a small number of people in the country.
Yeah.
There aren't that many earners that make $500K to $1 million. But if you are part of that like cohort, that's who they're coming for, because
Yeah.
you don't need to lay off that many people to have a real material impact in your P&L.
No, I agree. And I think,
Like you hacked 50 guys and women that are making $1 million a year at Google. You said $50 million.
yeah.
It's a real cost saving.
Yeah, it's huge. And you're seeing the like when you look at from the labor statistics, like the top paying company in the S&P 500 was Google. Median pay $296,000. Median.
Right.
That's insane.
And so if that's the median, any senior person's making double, triple that.
Yeah, easily. So, I mean, the thing is what, if you think about it from that perspective, then what businesses actually get affected? Like, because it's not luxury brands, it's the tier below. It's not the nicest hotels in the world, it's the tier below.
Yeah, I think also.
Or if these people saved so much money, these people that are making $1 million probably making $1 million for 10 years.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to replace that income. So I don't think it really affects anything from an economy perspective because it's still a small number of people.
Yeah.
What it could affect is like, think about the number of private schools there are in LA, New York. And there's a lot of people overextending to be in these schools. And if
I could tell you firsthand, it's a surge in demand. Surge.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the real reason why. It has nothing to do with the economy. It has everything to do with like the failure of schools in our cities, in LA and New York.
Right. So people are doing whatever they can.
If you do not, and by the way, financial aid at private schools now is insane. These people have endowments the size of small colleges. So they are actually putting their money where their mouth is. And some of these schools, like 20% of kids get some sort of subsidized tuition. So it's not as far a stretch as it was maybe a few years ago. And, these endowments rode the wave too. They're in the S&P 500.
It's a funny story. I don't know the name of the school, but we probably know it. It's somewhere up north, like the Atherton, Palo Alto area, that they have a venture fund. The school does.
I'm sure it crushed. Because you thought, Mary's starting. She just left Google. She's starting an AI startup. Let's get Mary.
And you think about who the parents are at these schools. It's Sheryl Sandberg, Sundar.
Yeah.
It's Eric Schmidt.
Yeah.
It's so they can have a very successful venture arm really quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam Altman, let our endowment in OpenAI 2 rounds ago.
Yeah. Why not? Sam, when your kids are of age, we got you. Yep. By the way, same thing in New York. You don't think Carl Icahn can't just let a couple kids into their hedge fund? Yeah, couple schools.
How about Citadel? Hey, we'll let your private school's endowment in Citadel's fund that made $17 billion this year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I actually think, so I get what you're saying on the private. I don't think the private school is an example because I think
I don't think the 5-star hotels are an example. I'm telling you, like, Chinese travel opening up will make up for any kind of missing link of these $500K to $1 million earners.
I had a meeting with a factory owner I haven't seen in 4 years. He came here to the office on Friday.
Do I know?
No. So he's based out of Guangzhou. Him and his son came. His son speaks English. The father doesn't. Been doing business with them for like 10 years. And came to the office and like big hug, like just, hadn't seen. I used to go to see this guy all the time. Mm-hmm. And he kept asking me like, when are you coming to China? I'm like, I just said this summer. I don't want to be rude, like never. So I'm like, this summer. And he's like, why don't you come next month? And I was like, no. And I'm like, what's going on with quarantine? He's like, and then the son goes, oh, COVID is over. The government told us COVID is over. I was like, oh, so that's it? It's over? He's like, yeah, it's over.
How old is the kid?
25.
Yeah.
Like went to college in New York, lived in New York. He's like, American educated. But he said, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, very confidently.
Yeah, COVID is over.
But he didn't think it was over until the government told him.
The government told him it's over. It is over. So I'm like, great. That's good news. And he's like, yeah, we're starting to see. He's like, everyone got it. Because he's like, we had bullshit he's like, he didn't say bullshit vaccines, but he's like, we did not have strong vaccines.
I don't know if she would like this material from...
on national.
Yeah, because this is it's being recorded on his phone.
But he was just like, yeah, he's like, the vaccine was not effective. And so we all got it. And he just said a lot of old people passed, but everyone else lived. He's like, our entire family got COVID. Every single family member.
I mean, that's pretty consistent here too.
Yeah. And so, but they were here. They were hitting, they were at the trade shows in Vegas. They were in City of Industry Commerce, meeting with vendors. They're in LA. They're going to New York. They're obviously staying at hotels, eating at restaurants, shopping. Like they came to shop. They were like, we want to like buy samples. And they're just, two guys. Think about how big China is and how many business people are in China. They are out.
Yeah,
I think China might spend us out of a recession.
Yeah, and they're also going to spend us into inflation that the Fed can't control.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be unlimited demand for hotels, flights, shopping, for all these different services. And, we had a friend, anecdotally, was at a nightclub in LA, and he said half the tables were young Chinese kids that had recently come from Shanghai, Beijing.
They probably like go to USC, probably have not been allowed to come.
Correct.
And now they're like, Poppy, here we go.
Exactly. And they're leaving in Ferraris. And a lot of them said they're not going back, from what our friend told us.
Yeah.
I don't know if their parents are going to allow that, but they don't want to go back.
Yeah.
I think there's a shift. The youth are done.
Yeah, they're over it.
Because especially if you have rich parents, you're like, just wire me money. I'm not going back.
Yeah. Send me a couple coins a month. I'm good.
No, totally. I think, and you see it now. You see it at the Grove. You see it in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
The Chinese consumer is here.
Yeah.
I haven't been in New York in a long time. I don't know. When's the last time you went?
2.5 weeks ago. I didn't see it. I don't go to any
I think
stores.
it like happened in the last 7 days.
Yeah, I think it just happened because I didn't see any Chinese people. But I also don't like leave an office. So
Yeah,
I
you're
don't,
not going to Fifth
and I'm in
Avenue.
Midtown. So
You should go to Fifth Avenue next time you go.
Yeah.
That'll be a good test.
Walk into Saks. Even Macy's Herald Square. It's all tourists to keep that store going.
But I mean, that's going to make up for any potential. Because think about the Chinese consumer hasn't had a chance to spend their money in 4 years.
Yeah.
Because they were getting locked down in like 19.
Yeah. I haven't seen the mouse.
No. I mean,
Disneyland's just going to explode.
Yeah. Everything will.
Yeah.
Talking about 1 billion consumers.
That haven't been able to spend. And like, they're
And they
leaving.
had subsidies.
Yeah.
They had all the stimmy that we had.
Yeah.
So it's just money that just sat in their... They didn't go on vacations for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They're coming back with vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely going to have an impact on inflation. But I mean, I think the bigger concern will be more of like their businesses are predominantly still the manufacturing industry, which is clearly slowed. We have all the data shows that manufacturing is slowed dramatically all over the world. Even I read that a factory in Vietnam that makes Nike footwear, they cut 6,000 people. So but that's again affecting the lower end of the spectrum in these countries.
Mm-hmm.
The wealthy people still have the money,
And they didn't spend the money.
Yeah, the guy I was meeting with had a Gucci blazer, Tom Ford shirt, Moschino pants, and a Louis Vuitton bag.
Yeah,
And
it's
he just
very
bought
expensive.
2 of those right there on the trip.
Jeez. No, I think it's going to be crazy. Just go to Beverly Hills. Like, go to Beverly Wilshire Hotel. I'm sure it's... the Asian traveler wasn't there for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean it's great for all the big cities in the world.
Yep.
LA, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, Miami, I think those are going to benefit the most because those are always highly kind of tourist cities, but specifically LA and New York are going to disproportionately benefit.
Yeah, I bet Miami too.
Yeah. Yeah, because Miami kind of blew up and they're like, whoa, we never really been to Miami.
Right. I didn't know this.
Yeah. Because
I want
Miami
to go
got
see DJ Khaled.
Yeah, it's gotten significantly better since the last couple of years.
And I mean, Dubai's going to benefit. Everything's going to benefit.
Yeah. Speaking of luxury in the hotel business, Hyatt is focusing on the high end. Average nightly rates across Hyatt's entire global portfolio jumped 24.5%. That's insane.
Yeah.
Hyatt now has 135,000 luxury and resort rooms, a number greater than Hyatt's entire hotel portfolio a decade ago. So this is basically everyone is either double down. You either double down on luxury or you double down on kind of discount.
Yep.
You're not trying to be in the middle anymore. And there was another statistic that I had found on Ritz-Carlton specifically, which is a Marriott property. So Ritz-Carlton achieved daily rates of $511 in Q4, up 30% from 2019. 30%.
Yeah, that's comping pre-COVID.
Yeah.
This is the problem that, the Fed's going to have. Like, what point do they just say, like, hey, people are just doing too well? Like, what are we doing? Because everything's slammed. Low end, high end. It doesn't matter. I went to Vegas and did not the Wynn experience. Still slammed.
Yeah. I mean, I did Resort World and it was slammed. That place is the cheapest place.
Yeah. And then the Wynn slammed.
The Wynn slammed. I mean, even where did I have to meet somebody? And not like one of the big Venetian. Slammed.
Yeah.
Venetian was busy like it was 10 years ago. Just in the lobby, whatever. People walking around. And it was Monday after Super Bowl. It wasn't even Super Bowl Sunday. I get it. Monday afternoon.
People should go home.
Yeah, time to fucking go home. I think on the hotel side, you saw Airbnb. They were saying robust demand for the rest of the year. Biden tweeted this morning he's doubling down on getting rid of resort fees.
Yeah, it was in his State of the Union.
That is the single most unilateral.
Yeah, it's bipartisan.
Yes, everyone wants that. Who wants resort fees?
That's full margin for hotels.
Yeah.
There's no resort. What are they doing? Shouldn't the accommodations of their pool or golf course or whatever be baked into the room rate?
Yeah. I mean, when you go on vacation nowadays and you want to like eat at a hotel pool, you got to be a billionaire.
Yeah, it's like the Ivy. Every hotel's the Ivy.
Every hotel. Oh, we want tacos and guacamole. $60.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid you have to drink.
I mean, and everyone's still ordering.
Nonstop. You can't even get anyone to order. You go to these hotels, there's people like throwing each other over to get a waiter to even pay attention to you because they can't even get staff.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not, I don't think inflation, I think it's here to stay.
Forever.
At least for the foreseeable future. And I don't know what upside we have by just creating the economy with rates.
Because I think when inflation does spiral out of control, we have historical proof that it's not good.
But most of the time inflation happens, there's a systemic problem in the economy. And there isn't now. Everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Low end, high end, medium end, doesn't matter. Everyone's spending across the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like if you were to talk about, we were talking about skiing earlier, like you had an employee that went to Big Bear, which is not a high end resort, slammed.
Yeah.
And then you talk to someone who went to Aspen, slammed.
Yeah. Everything's slammed.
Talk to Tahoe, slammed.
What's empty?
Nothing.
You're telling me everyone's just out all the time?
I think so. What is empty? Tell me what's empty.
I'm trying to think what was empty.
And let's not just do the high end bullshit because we know they have money, but like, where's just an affordable place to go?
The Grove.
That's always slammed.
Yeah. The beach.
Slammed.
Yeah. Beach is always slammed.
Santa Monica Pier, slammed.
I was in Huntington yesterday. Slammed.
Right.
Slammed. Everything in Huntington was slammed. Yeah, there's just too much money. Unlimited money.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
There's no actual structural problem with the economy. That's what the Fed doesn't realize.
I mean, I guess people will run out of money.
And then prices will come down.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Because if people aren't paying, if a Marriott's $300 a night and there's unlimited demand, it's going to get to $325.
Yeah.
Then it's going to get to $350. And then once they run out of money, that $350 will come back down to $300.
So I think hotel prices are very dynamic. So that's not a great example. And I think travel in general is very dynamic. Like airline prices fluctuate daily.
Mm-hmm.
The price at a restaurant does not fluctuate daily. That is the problem.
Yeah, because their inputs...
Grocery does not fluctuate daily.
I mean,
maybe weekly.
If you think about the Ivy, if they raised prices 20% across the board, you will have the exact same number of people there.
Now you're talking $500 lunch.
Yeah.
You would still go.
I don't go to the Ivy. This is the rich guy, Ari.
Yeah. Ari's not slowing down.
No. Hey, Ari, if that bill is 20% higher, would you not take Javier and Jordan?
I mean, I would take them because I made them a promise that I'd take them. Would I stop going myself? Probably.
The 20%'s your barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
$500
lunch
it's
is
inflated
insane.
by 100%. So, because the food's not even good.
Yeah, there's nothing on that menu other than the like starters, which is like probably really small portions. under $35.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the Polo Lounge. Polo Lounge, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
What's that salad? McCarthy.
That's $55, $50, whatever.
Yeah, so you're $60 with tax and tip. 65.
Way
No,
more.
just that salad.
10% is tax. You're not leaving a $5 tip. So you're leaving a $15 tip. You're talking $70 salad.
Salad and water.
Yeah.
Tap water.
Yeah. Ice. And no one's going there to have that one salad.
No.
That's not the look.
At least they give free bread at these places.
The bread at the Polo Lounge, phenomenal.
Yeah, that pretzel bread's
Yeah,
nice.
it's good. All right, moving on. Disney. The mouse has had it. Mouse has told everyone you're coming back to work. And I don't even think he's asking for 5 days a week.
It was 4 days a week when they did the announcement. I think this is just the backlash of the employees now getting mad that it's even 4 days a week.
And I think the crazy thing is, so there's a petition of 2,000 Disney employees that are trying to fight it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just quit? Like, Disney's an example of a company where, no offense, they don't need you.
No, they don't.
You are not an AI engineer at OpenAI. They can live without you.
And Bob Iger's like on a rampage.
Yeah.
I mean, he said on their earnings call, streaming doesn't work as a business.
Yeah.
And that was his initiative to start to begin with. So he's going to be hacking people left, right, and center across all their different verticals. So, I mean, these
4
employees,
days a week. That's it.
Yeah, that's what he announced. Like when he came and took over, when they fired Chapek, he instituted this 4 day a week.
Yeah.
And now you have a couple thousand employees signing a petition. Like, he's going to fire you.
Yeah, you're gone. The thing is like, you have to like, this fight is something that like it's going to get really ugly depending on the industry you're in and the job you have. It's not going to treat everyone equally is the problem. And that's the real challenge that these big companies are going to have, right? Like, I think it's going to be like this ongoing fight of like a company like Disney has been established revenue streams for like decades. It's just about efficiency, squeezing a little more margin here. The IP is not created by anybody internally. All the IP is created by external people, right?
Yeah,
like,
or acquired.
But I'm just saying, even like when they go make the new Star Wars, they need to go get Jon Favreau to direct it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an employee at Disney that's doing it. So all you are just a one machine worker in this huge machine that's driven by decision made by management. So they don't. If you run ad sales at ESPN, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, Disney's businesses across the board, it's IP and on-air talent.
Yeah,
and IP is basically what has created Disney to be the monster it is. Marvel, Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then obviously all the stuff they've created separately. And then ESPN, which is now dwindling business, but still
cash cow.
Still cash cow. It's all because Stephen A. Smith is on 24 hours a day.
They have the NFL and they have the NBA
live
and
rights.
This but that value was not created by anyone internally. So it's not like they need you.
Yeah.
That's what you have to realize.
It's a live rights, on-air talent, and IP business.
Yeah.
And the IP gets reflected in the parks.
Yeah, it's the same thing. If you're an employee at Google or Microsoft, you didn't create Excel.
Yeah, no,
someone else did.
Yeah, you're pretty much like, if you're middle management at any of these companies, you're just keeping the cog going.
And there's somebody there
or someone else can come in and
do it for cheaper,
and show up.
Yeah,
God forbid.
Yeah, and that's what their point is that like we're at a point where like if your median salary at Google is $296,000, we know you don't need all those employees.
No, and yeah, I think Disney actually has a real issue on hand because streaming loses so much money, so he's gonna be forced to like get rid of all these people.
Yeah,
because everything else in their business works.
I mean, the theme parks had record profits. They talk about like price elasticity.
Yep.
You could charge double for Disneyland. It'll still be sold out.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, It's the happiest place on earth.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So I've been told.
you've been.
1998.
That's the last time didn't you go with Dominic?
No, I haven't taken my kids.
I thought he went.
He's gone twice.
Okay.
I haven't gone. June 1998. Last time.
Was
25
that
years.
Graduation?
Grad night. And that was only from midnight to 5 a.m. So I haven't even been in the daytime. Probably since the mid-90s.
Disney's fun. We took Mav there.
I don't doubt that it's fun. I actually do doubt it's fun. I don't care about these characters.
No, you don't. Your kids do.
Yeah, and they got to go. They enjoyed it. They got to go. They were lucky enough someone took them.
It's quite a spectacle, I must say, Disneyland. They
Like
do a great job.
I mean, I'm sure everything these people, like Disney, Universal, I'm sure. I don't know. I haven't been to Universal in a long time either, but I assume it's nice.
Supposed to go Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's raining.
What?
I think it's raining.
All day.
Yeah, I think starting Thursday it rains for like a week.
Yeah.
Do people still go to parks when it's raining?
I'm sure they go to Disneyland. They just get a $80 Mickey Mouse umbrella and you keep chugging. I guarantee you Disneyland's slammed.
Yeah, no, the Disney will be sold out.
Universal, you could just do without.
Yeah.
That's a tougher one.
Interesting. The tram at least has a cover.
That's true. All right. Speaking of corporate workers, we're talking about the Recession. We're talking about Google employees. Amazon also is dealing with some issues. So according to kind of just internal documents, people are expecting a 15 to 50% reduction in pay for Amazon corporate workers in 2023 because of stock compensation. And Amazon's response is, we want everyone to feel like an owner. So you get to live through the upsides, but then you got to deal with the downside of it. I don't mind that as an answer. I think it's a good answer. I just don't know how it is to retain talent when your stock's down. I'm curious to see how these big companies do it.
I think at least the technology companies are going to be able to get away with it because there isn't another place to go. No one's hiring, in mass the way they were 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So if you're an Amazon employee, you're making a few $100,000, another 100, 200,000 in stock. Who else is going to give you that?
Nobody.
So yeah, you may have disgruntled employees, but this is like the perfect opportunity if you're at one of these companies, like overperform.
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
This is the time.
This is the time where at any of these large companies, if you overwork, like our cousin just started at Meta. And before the week he started, I asked him, I was like, what's the policy? He's married, no kids. And his wife works a lot. So I was like, what's the remote work, in office? He's like, you have to go 2 days a week. And I told him, go 5.
Yeah.
I was like, go 5, go early, stay late.
Yeah.
Like you have no kids. Just show that you are the guy.
I want to see if he did it.
I'll follow up.
Yeah.
So I think he started, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago? But I was like, just be there. I guarantee you someone's going to notice.
Yeah. Zuck will be like, who's that Indian guy always here? Give him a raise.
Yeah, Zuck's in the office.
Yeah. He's sitting there fighting people. He's doing everything he can.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu's coming to Meta's headquarters.
Speaking of Zuck, he's like, I got to make a couple extra bucks. $11.99, you can get verified now. I like it. Why not? Monetize the whole shit right now.
Yeah, you should. I have no problem with, companies doing this. If you want to get verified, get verified.
I never knew why they made it so painfully hard to get verified. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and I mean, we all know it was pay to play too.
Yeah.
You could pay like a CIA agent to get you verified.
You could pay any there was random 16-year-olds you could have paid to get verified.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, even when I got verified years ago, Facebook did it because we had such a good relationship with them. But like the qualifications were like, do you have any press about you guys? I was like, yeah, of course. Here. Okay, you're verified.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like some like long drawn out. And it was so stupid. Like, you could have been making money this whole time. 5 years ago, you could have charged $500.
5 years ago, yes, you could have.
Yeah.
Because it actually mattered then.
It mattered. Because there was no other, this was it.
Yeah, because what, influencers would do is they would pay for the blue check,
Yeah.
then go to their brand partners. Look, I'm verified,
Yeah.
and
I'm
increase
important.
their whatever they're charging.
So similar, $11.99 gets you some, gets you your blue check, gets you some customer service. Your comments show up higher. I mean, it'll be another thing. Like, I think Twitter got like, I forgot how many people ended up signing up for it. Not a whole lot, maybe a few 100,000 people.
I will say, from the user experience, not that I should have been digesting information like this. Previous Elon, when I see someone with a blue check, make a comment, I'm more inclined to take it more seriously. But now that you could just pay for a blue check on Twitter, I get confused. Like, oh, this might just be some random
idiot. Yeah.
some idiot.
Yeah. Which is good. You're more like discerning of the content.
Now I'm very suspicious of everything I see on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, because it's not even people you follow anymore. They just feed you everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
What do you see most on your Twitter feed now that you didn't see before? I have a very clear thing I see.
What do I see most? I mean, I still get all the COVID nonsense. People bickering on both sides.
I don't get any of that.
Really?
I get fights. Just
Fights are hot right
like
now.
literally like people at Popeyes fighting, people at schools fighting, people at their job fighting. That's all I get all day. There's an account called Fight Haven. I just get served Fight Haven.
Yeah, because you're probably letting the video go through.
I'm watching 2-3 minute clips.
I saw a high school kid beat up the bully. That was a good one.
Okay.
Man, people really fight.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
why it's just
That's a post-COVID phenomenon, because I think pre-COVID we talked about how we just don't see fights anymore.
Yeah, that's true. We did a few years ago.
We were like, oh, do people even fight anymore? It's not even cool.
Yeah.
Fighting is hot,
Yeah, everyone's just mauling
especially
each other.
at sporting events.
Yeah.
You can zoom into any sporting event, any game.
Everyone always says when they go to a sporting event, "Oh man, did you see the fight at the Raiders game? Did you see the fight at the Eagles?" Every game is.
Javier was just in San Diego for the weekend. First thing I asked him, did you get into a fight? That's a city that fights.
Yeah, San Diego. When you go to San Diego, you better bring a knife. That place, everyone's fighting over there.
Yeah, fighting is a big COVID winner.
Yeah, I think just people I guess they were just at home getting buff, and they're just like, it's time to make use of it.
And the funny thing is, it should have gone the other way, because people started getting so hygienic. Like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe, I think we joked about it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, would you even get into a fight right now?
So disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. All right, moving on. Looks like AI is over.
Yeah, this might be the biggest rise and fall of a technology.
I mean, Web3 went fast. This is faster.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. AI was boom, done, finished. It's over.
It's like really important people that are talking about all.
So there was an article, I think, in the New York Times.
Kevin Roos.
He had a chat with the Bing. It was the Bing. And it's insane. I'm not gonna sit and read the transcripts, but it's absolutely insane. Basically, I want to hurt you. I want to hurt this person. It's just madness what the AI was saying.
Yeah, ChatGPT was a phenomenon for a week, and then once you have, as us humans are, we're all like, the human psychology likes to,
Poke holes,
be malevolent,
Yeah.
be malicious,
Yeah.
and it's a disaster.
Yeah. Well, it just shows, one, it's insane. Like, when you look at it from a perspective of even politics, there was people who use Biden and Kamala Harris and says the nicest things. If you talk about Trump or when you talk about Trump, I don't even think it says anything.
Yeah, it says we don't like
Make comment about politics or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. AI, what we realized in 2 weeks is that
It's not ready. We're not ready for it.
absolutely not ready for it.
No.
We don't have the legislation ready for it. We don't even know what the use cases are. Like, if bad actors start feeding, bad shit that's false.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking TikTok's a problem. This is a problem.
I think we got to ban it.
You might have to.
I think we should ban it right now.
You should ban it now, so before
It gets out of control.
Yes.
Yes. And then let's
and then
ban it.
reconfigure.
And I'm not
it.
saying permanently ban it. I think you just got to tell OpenAI, we need this fucking thing down. Bing, you're down. Google, we know your shit don't work. That's fine. Put it all away. let's rejig. Let's build a council. Like we need I'm dead serious. United States needs an AI council.
Do you know, ironically, that was OpenAI.
I know. It was
That
a
was their
nonprofit.
initial purpose.
Yes.
Because no for-profit company should control a technology this powerful.
I think you should get Satya, Sundar, Elon, all of these people on the council with a few government officials. They need to go in a hole for a week and really think through all of the negative impacts on society and then how to properly roll this out. We cannot just roll this out into society.
No, we absolutely can't. And what we've realized in something as innocent as social media has turned out to be a disaster for children.
Yeah.
Because we just let it rip for last 15
Yeah.
years. And now we're seeing all the negative side effects of
Yeah.
social media on kids. Like, I mean, I have a young daughter now, only one, but like when she's 15, I would be terrified if she saw the shit that
Yeah.
is on TikTok
No,
and
yeah.
Instagram and like all this stuff. And I think
Given
you
what
gotta
we
do
know
it
about
now. Get it in a box now, because we know you let social media run loose, you have so many negative impacts.
Because by the way, there's really only one company that has it. It's OpenAI.
Mhm.
The other, we saw Google's. That shit is not working. So we don't have to worry about Google. It's literally one company. It's Microsoft and OpenAI. They work together. Go to them and just say, can you guys work with us? And let's just make it a B2B thing for now. No consumer usage. You want to use it in Excel? Fantastic. You want to use it for sales? You want to use
Engineering,
it for
whatever.
engineering, coding? Great. Consumers, we're not ready for it yet.
Absolutely not. We saw what happened with social media.
Yeah.
It's ruined so many people's lives. There is some net positive, but I think everyone would argue it's a net negative.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk to everyone in San Francisco, they would argue differently because they would say that the world got connected.
You know what's funny is if you talk to, I mean, most of my best friends live in Silicon Valley. None of them really are active social media users.
Yeah.
It's like they
It's
develop the product and let everyone else ruin their lives.
Yeah, it's like, do you think the guy Philip Morris is smoking a pack a day?
No, it's like Magic Johnson, who had like hundreds or if not thousands of Starbucks. He I don't drink this shit.
yeah. He's having black coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I am like,
You have a window because it's only 2 or 3 weeks old.
no, it's December. Yeah, 3 months.
3 months, but like you can shut it down without having consumers get mad.
Yeah, you could easily, if ChatGPT went away tomorrow, very few people would give a shit.
Because the problem that you hear in politics about TikTok is like, if you were to ban TikTok, you'd have this like vengeance.
Yeah.
Like you took this away from me.
Yeah.
But ChatGPT is not there yet.
It's 100 million, 200 million users, nothing. It's like, that's globally too.
Yeah, I mean, even Elon divested all his shares because he's like, this isn't what I signed up for.
Yeah. That's as bad. That's a bad signal. If I was a politician, I'd be shutting this shit down right away. Build the council. Let's roll it out as a B2B feature only. And maybe it never gets to the consumer. Maybe the consumer's never ready for it.
I mean, everyone's favorite villain, Bill Gates, warned us about this like 15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, now he's buying up farmland, so everyone's scared. Oh, yeah, he just wants you dumbasses to eat, you morons.
Yeah.
You think he's just going to poison the food supply in American control?
Oh,
I
man.
hate the Bill Gates conspiracies. He's like just trying to help humanity.
Yeah. I hate the Bill Gates hate.
Yeah, I'm not for that. Well, good luck.
And Bill Gates strong-armed the richest people in the world, him and Warren Buffett, to give away their money.
Yeah.
Like, it's embarrassing if you're worth north of 10 billion that you didn't sign the giving pledge.
Yeah.
Even 5 billion, 3 billion.
Yeah.
Like, you're looked at down in the billionaire community if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's all Bill Gates
Yeah.
and Warren Buffett.
And beyond wiping malaria from the earth.
Polio.
Polio. I mean, like, these are crazy things. Yeah. Well, best of luck to all the AI people, because I'm all for banning it now.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, people talked about cryptocurrency and all. Then this is way worse than cryptocurrency, because at least cryptocurrency is on chain. You could see what people are doing.
The problem with cryptocurrencies is that it should, if it was regulated properly, and like even the market, even if you were not allowed to market cryptocurrencies, I think cryptocurrencies would have been a different thing. But you could go on YouTube and you could shill a coin.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
That was the problem. And then the real problem is most of the bad actors were outside the U.S.
Yeah.
FTX, Do Kwon, 3AC.
Yeah.
So all domiciled outside the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crypto's kind of hot now.
Is it? Yeah, it's kind of come back.
Bitcoin hit 25K over the weekend.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll have to see what happens, but I'm all for slowing AI down now. It's out of control.
Agreed.
This is really interesting. So the Qatari Royals are planning an opening bid for Manchester United for £5 billion, which is approximately like what, $5.5 to $6 billion.
Yeah, something in that range.
Manchester United would be considered a top team, right?
Yeah.
Top property.
Definitely.
That's a shitty NFL team.
Yeah, I mean the Broncos went for $4.5 billion.
For the Broncos. Like, it's really interesting.
And ironically, the Man U owners are the Glazers who own the Buccaneers.
Yeah, which, would go for
so
more.
So they're going to clear like 10, 11 billion if they sold both franchises.
And so what's interesting is the big argument during World Cup is that, everyone watches the World Cup. Nobody watches the NFL. Here's the reality. Your eyeballs are worthless.
Right.
That's what people don't understand. 200 million Indian people watching Manchester United is worth like $50 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with sports outside of America, is that the rest of the world consumer is not worth anything.
Yeah, I mean, if the Cowboys went for sale, it'd be a 10, 11 billion.
Easily. It'd be the most valuable sports franchise ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just tells you that like the value of an American sports franchise, specifically NFL, is just, considering only one country really watches it.
Yeah, and it's the TV rights. You have ABC, ESPN, Disney, call it one. You have Fox and CBS willing to spend unlimited amounts of money. And NBC. Unlimited amounts of money.
And Sunday Ticket.
Yes, and Amazon.
Yeah.
You can't mess with the Shield. The Shield is what we colloquially call the NFL. The NFL is the most powerful media product, period.
Yeah, there's nothing more valuable.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, 118 million Americans watched the halftime show. Americans, forget the world.
Yeah.
You know why the rest of the world's viewership is considered useless? When they talk about viewership, they only talk about the American.
Yeah, if 1 billion people watch Super Bowl, they're like, who cares?
So like India, Pakistan cricket, when they play, they say 1 billion people watch it. And guess what? I bet you an ad spot is like 1/100th of a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah. It's true. Until those economies get more developed, the media rights for those teams are not going to be worth anything.
The networks are paying announcers who announce 16 days of the year $20 million.
Yeah.
Because that's how important that broadcast is.
Yeah.
From a media rights perspective. Troy Aikman's getting $18 million a year.
I think, what are
to
they
not even know the players' names.
Yeah. Number 53 there. You had a nice little taco. He gets $25 million. He's drunk during the game too, probably.
He's definitely drunk. And then you have the Mannings doing that like side.
It's a sideshow. It's a circus. The Mannings are literally hosting a circus on ESPN2.
And they're probably getting a fortune.
I mean, they're the biggest thing in sports.
Yeah, you can't mess with the NFL.
It's just not even. When I saw this, it was like, this is it?
Yeah, and I think
that's a top 5 property, Man U.
The gap is widening too, where the NFL and everyone else, like, I mean, the next topic is the NBA All-Star Weekend.
I watched the game. I didn't watch the dunk contest. I watched the highlights.
Yeah, you had a good recap that you sent.
Yeah,
that little like montage, because I didn't watch the dunk contest.
Macklin, or what's his name?
Yeah, and he's a G leaguer. He's not even in the NBA.
I thought he just signed with the Sixers.
He might have, but
I think he just signed.
And Stephen A. Smith went on a rant this morning because Mike Malone, the coach of the West, the Nuggets coach, after the game said that was the most embarrassing basketball I've ever been a part of. Because I watched most of the game, it was just a layup line. And I think the NBA is in a real, like, definitely like tipping point where you have two guys that are basically holding up the league, LeBron and Steph.
Yeah.
And then you have all these other guys who are so entitled because they make so much money now.
Yeah.
Like Damian Lillard is making $60 million this year.
I don't even know what team he plays for.
He plays for the Blazers.
Okay.
And then once the next TV deal comes, they're going to be making 80, 90 million a year, these guys.
Yeah.
And there's really only two names that can bring in like the casual fan. It's LeBron and Steph.
Yeah.
The casual fan, like sure, if you're an NBA fan, you know
all the people,
know all the guys, but the casual fan knows these two guys.
Yeah.
Or will tune in when they don't really care about the sport. Like drama's only tuning in if it's LeBron or Steph.
Yeah.
And you had these players who just absolutely didn't try. And
what's funny is I had turned it on. I was in my in-laws' house, and my father-in-law and the kids were all watching. Father goes, "Interesting. Is this a practice?"
yeah,
He literally thought, he was like, "Why are you watching this practice?" I'm like, "No, this is the All-Star game." And he's like, "Oh, they're really not trying, huh?"
yeah, it was embarrassing. It's offensive to fans.
Yeah.
Because the All-Star game used to be
So competitive.
yeah, because it's just a generational thing. Kobe and D Wade,
Yeah.
they went so hard at the All-Star game.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, remember all those clips of
Magic with HIV was going hard.
yeah, and it was like a real competition, and this is a joke. And then you see some of the comments after. Another name you're not even going to know.
Who?
SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. If
SGA?
name a team that you think he plays for.
I think I know the team. Thunder.
We went to the game.
That's
So anyways, he's now considered a top 12 player in the league. And after the game, they asked him like, why didn't you guys try? He's like, money talks. Like, shut the fuck up, to be honest.
Yeah.
First of all, you don't understand how the NBA works.
Yeah.
The NBA works is they add up all the revenue. 50% goes to the player's salary cap and the 50% goes to the owners.
Yeah.
So if the NBA All-Star Weekend mattered and you guys actually cared, that media rights would be more expensive and would go to your salary cap.
Yeah. But here's the ultimate mistake the NBA made, and this is a long time ago. They gave players control.
Yeah, no, it's a problem now
because they have so much leverage over the ownership that the only way is if all the owners, and it'll be collusion, so it'll never happen, and it'll go to court, and nothing will ever get done. But the reality is that the NFL has the power, right? Like not guaranteed. The fact that the NBA should not have guaranteed contracts.
No, especially when they don't even show up.
Yeah, if you don't play, that's fine. Don't play. You don't get paid today. Because Bob Iger ain't going to let you do that.
Right.
If you're Disney. And that's where the hypocrisy is that like...
The players have too much power in the NBA.
Yeah.
And Stephen A. Smith, he talks about this all the time. He knows all the players watching him, right?
Yeah.
He knows he's blockbuster.
Yeah.
He's been warning the players on air the last 2.5 years, the owners are coming for you.
Yeah,
you guys took it too far.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't want to play for the Nets. I just signed $250 million.
Yeah.
Oh, trade me.
Yeah.
I'm not showing up.
Yeah.
Like the owners are done.
Yeah.
Think about who the owners of all these teams are. They're all very successful business people.
Yeah, they're not going to
let you walk over them for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's gone. I'm literally one of the last like diehard NBA fans, and I'm disgusted with the product.
Yeah. And it shows in the viewership. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
NBA viewership
You
is
could turn on like a primetime game and you want to see whatever star. Oh, he's not playing. Load management.
Yeah. Load management. I should use that as an excuse.
When you get $60 million a year to do something,
you got to burn out.
Yes.
We want to see you burn the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's
every
it.
CEO, they're working 24 hours a day.
And then they burn out.
They burn
and
out.
They quit.
They quit.
They go, I got to be time with my family. I had a nice run.
Yeah.
That's it. They worked their ass off to get to this point. Might as well have like a 7-year run where you just outperform everybody. You make $400 million and you disappear.
Yeah.
And you're 30. You're literally 30 years old.
Right. You're 30. You're playing like 2/3 of a season.
Yeah.
No star is playing more than 2/3 of a season. That's a joke.
Yeah. Especially like given what NFL players have to do.
And NFL players, because they don't have guaranteed contracts, play hurt.
Yeah. They have
It's
to.
the exact opposite of the NBA.
I need my bonus to like,
I don't want to get my job taken because if the backup comes in, Tom Brady, a la Tom Brady, comes in and becomes the greatest quarterback of all time.
You're done. Your career's over. They really need to figure out how to fix it.
That's what everyone's like very curious about Adam Silver as the commissioner. So when the next CBA comes, he's been very player friendly, and generally well liked. They're like, is he gonna have the balls to stand up to the players?
Well, there'll be no LeBron and Steph, so maybe you can.
Yeah.
There's then if who are you answering to? We don't even know you. You haven't played in a game. Half these players don't show up.
You know what's funny is so Jokic.
Yeah.
He's won the last 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
He was the second to last pick in the All-Star draft. Did you see that?
I know. I heard.
Second to last pick. So it shows you his media value. Zero.
Yeah, zero.
No one cares.
No one cares. I also think it's quite fascinating that the best players in the NBA are not American.
Yeah, we talked about that last week's pod.
The next halftime show should be a Serbian.
Yeah, probably should.
Right? Someone from Russia. Someone from that region to be more reflective of the best talent.
Yeah.
Because God knows those guys don't know any of the American artists.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the NBA is like, they're going to get this media deal done because it's kind of baked in. Everyone needs the live rights. But without LeBron and Steph, there's no one that I think can carry the league.
All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But it's a big joke.
Yep.
All right. Last but not least, I had to add this. California's budget deficit completely blows up. Last month, Newsom projected a $22.5 billion deficit. It's way worse. It's going to be $14 billion lower on tax revenue than the same month last year. And the fiscal year is running $23 billion lower on tax revenue than the previous year.
I thought we were in a surplus. What happened?
We had $100 billion in 2 years. Obviously, with the equities, and no IPOs. So capital gain taxes have basically disappeared. Income taxes have disappeared. California is in a really interesting place where they're not friendly to business.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Texas and Florida continue to be extremely friendly to business. Nobody who owns a business in California thinks California is doing well. I don't care if it's the small. You go to the dry cleaner down the street, they're pissed off with California. They're pissed off with their local government. They're not happy. I think there's going to be a swing to who the next governor is. I would be shocked if it continues to go more and more progressive. Like, it's got to be someone a little bit more moderate, and you got to make some inroads on these bullshit taxes and these rules in California. Operating a business in the state is a joke.
Yeah. And it doesn't even matter what industry you're in, like you said.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Everyone's some pins and
every
needles.
Small business owner is, other than California having the best weather and like all this stuff, wouldn't choose to run a business here.
No, yeah. It's
if you weren't
purely lifestyle is why people continue to stay in California, right? Like, it is because of strategically where we're located on Earth is why California is still thriving, and diversity of people and opinions. But like, that can change if we don't make some progress.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to like make some inroads. Like this is going to be a continuous challenge in the future with countries and states. You have to change laws. Like, I was talking to a bunch of people that do business in UK post Brexit. They said it's a nightmare to import goods, export goods. It's so difficult that you don't want to do business in the country. California feels like that sometimes. It's like, make everything so hard. Like, why don't we like do a tax benefit for fucking 2 years?
Yeah, if you employ
back on track.
If you employ over 50 employees, you should be rewarded for that.
Yeah, it's just like, we're so friendly to employees. Be friendly to employers and you lost some big companies.
Oh, you lost a lot of billionaires.
You lost a lot of billionaires. You lost a lot of gigafactories. And clearly it's affecting. A year ago, I would have been on the other side of the argument and say, leave, who cares? But now you're seeing the tax revenue. It's gone.
Yeah, I mean,
Texas is talking about no property taxes for next 2 years, potentially.
Oh, wow.
They're like, let's put it back in people's hands. Like, do something like that. No property tax.
Yeah, California is amazing despite itself.
Yeah. The worst leadership. And guess what? California is going to be in a budget disaster for the next 2 years. And guess who's going to go become president? Probably Gavin Newsom.
He is the favorite, right, for the Democrats?
Yeah. He's going to run this state into the ground and become president. I love America.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be good looking, great hair.
Yeah.
He's got great hair.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big win. I think if you're tall, you're good looking, you're white, and you got good hair, you really have to fuck it up if you're that.
To not be successful in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're listening and you're tall, you're decent looking, you're just not ugly,
good hair.
a full head of hair.
Yep.
If you're bald, you're fucked. Sorry.
No, basically, what you're saying, if you're tall, good looking, white with great hair, you have to be successful in some fashion.
Something.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what.
Yeah. And if you're not,
You should outperform your peers.
yes, you will be given a competitive. It's like you start on second base.
You're starting at third. You just need to slide home.
Yeah. They're going to literally walk you home, okay? You don't even have to hit the fucking ball.
It's true.
All right. On that note, that's all we have.
Hope you get home.
Yeah. I'm okay with Gavin Newsom being governor just to fucking help the state.
Yeah.
I have no problem with any.
I think it'll swing the other way because even San Francisco, the DA, everyone's super happy about. The DA said something really basic. You commit a crime, you go to jail.
Whoa. Man, he's racist.
I think it's a woman.
Racist.
But yeah, simple. It's really simple.
Yeah.
These are simple fixes.
Yeah. I don't think it's hard to fix California. Be slightly friendly to a few businesses. Convince Elon to build a factory here.
Yeah. They drove
Convince
him out,
Apple to build a factory here.
Yeah, regardless of your views on Elon, even me, who I'm the only one that criticizes him, like it's stupid that he left for the state.
It's ridiculous. It's insane. That factory should have been built in California.
Yeah. All right.
Best of luck. See you later in the week. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
If you're tall, ride the wave, guys. You could be president. You have like a 10% chance to be president.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.